Catch up with all the latest sports news on Sports Drive. Right here
on 95.1 Nigeria Info.
Yes, it's a lovely day. Surely, the 12th of February 2025 is a beautiful Wednesday morning, and a lot's been hitting the airwaves. Courtesy 95.1 Nigeria Info, your Let's Talk station. And I tell you for free that our fans are yet to recover from all the frenzy and all the drama, around, at the Super Bowl, the 59th edition. So much to still share around that, and we'll do that on the show this morning. There is a tennis coach that has been banned, but then the ban is raising some eyebrows because if a player who is being coached by someone comes out to say, okay, this coach has really not done anything to me, why is the coach getting banned? We're going to be looking into that. And of course, Real Madrid continually proved to be the comeback kings of Europe. Somebody even said they renamed the Champions League competition after them. We don't understand. Every other year, they just take our breath away. Were they really good on the night, or was it just Manchester City that were just poor, like they've been, for more than half of the season? Now, we're going to also look at that. We're counting down to the Merseyside derby. Liverpool's outstanding game will finally happen today. And today will be the second day of the first round of the round of 16 playoffs. All right. So some matches would also happen in the UEFA Champions League today. And even in the NPFL, we also have matches. So we have a lot to do. And hopefully we'll have time to look at the dailies as well for headlines. This is Sports Drive with Kachi. Yes, Kachi Okafor is my name. And they call me the Queen of Sports, so you can call me Sporty Chick. We are live on Facebook, meanwhile. So you can actually join our conversation at Nigeria Info Abuja. That's our Facebook fan page at Nigeria Info Abuja, and even on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja as well. The question of the day, would just love for you to predict the Merseyside derby. Yes, predict the Merseyside derby today. That's Everton versus Liverpool. Drop a prediction on our Facebook. You can send it to our WhatsApp portal. Just drop your prediction of the Everton versus Liverpool game that will be happening this evening by 8:30 p.m. And then for Real Madrid, comeback kings of Europe, yes. Was it just that Manchester City weren't good enough last night? Yeah, whatever your take, send it to WhatsApp, or you can drop it on our Facebook fan page, where, like I said, we are currently live. All right, so let's just delve into one or two updates that we have for us this morning. Starting off with the Super Bowl of 2025. So much information that I feel that we can use. All right, yes, indeed. For those of us who are still dreaming, yes, it actually happened. Super Bowl, the 59th edition, yes, of the American football, that's the American Football Championship game. It was played, of course, to determine the champions of the NFL, that's the National Football League, for the 2024 season, and it was played at the Caesars Superdome, that is at New Orleans in Louisiana. It happened on the 9th, that's this past Sunday. This actually happened to be the 11th Super Bowl that was played in New Orleans, and it was the 8th at the Superdome, and the very first since they hosted Super Bowl there in 2013. And the incredible thing is it is a rematch of the Super Bowl 57. The National Football Conference champion Philadelphia Eagles defeated the American Football Conference AFC champions, that's Kansas City Chiefs. How did it go? 40-22. People have been screaming about the final score as a result, and they secured their first Super Bowl championship since 7 years ago, and of course the second overall that they are winning. The Eagles' win prevented the Chiefs from achieving the first ever Super Bowl three-peat. Three-peat means back to back to back. That is a hat trick of Super Bowl wins 3 times in a row. They were aiming to do that, the Chiefs, but I tell you, the Eagles prevented them from doing that. And Philadelphia quarterback Jalen Hurts was named the Super Bowl most valuable player. That's the MVP of the tournament. And the halftime show was performed by multiple Oscars winner Kendrick Lamar, and he featured Caesar as well. And then Sunday the 23rd, time made a cameo appearance. Speaking about Serena Williams, I tell you, that appearance by Serena Williams has caused a lot of uproar. As some people said, Kendrick Lamar's diss track that he recorded, of course, with this back and forth that he's been having with Drake, and everybody knows that Serena Williams once dated Drake, her ex. Why did she feature this and that and that? And then all the criticism. Some people have talked about her catwalk, which was beautiful, her outfit fine, but then the fact that she featured in that song by Kendrick Lamar dissing her ex, who is Drake. Some people have said Serena Williams shouldn't have done that, and some men have said, well, if my wife does that, if I were Alexis Ohanian, I would divorce, and all of that. Just controversies coming all around. But more information, let's let you know that that particular game for the Super Bowl this year was televised in the US by Fox, and it was streamed by Tubi, and the broadcast was watched by 127.7 million viewers in the US. Oh yes, with an average of 14.5 million viewers coming from different streaming platforms. And then for you to place an advert of 30 seconds commercial, the Super Bowl just cost between 7.5 and 8 million US dollars. And people have been screaming to place an advert or to run any commercial on the Super Bowl. It's always been expensive, but then this year's price is off the hook. And then of course, it just goes on to show you that sports, I tell you, there's a lot of money and marketing and, of course, branding. When it comes to rights, we need to push our competitions way higher. We can do more. Okay, that's all the information that I thought to share from the Super Bowl that went down on Sunday. And we now know that I have our new champions, our Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, they are the champion NFL, that's National Ball League. And as the Super Bowl updates, let's get into tennis. In tennis, Elena Rybakina is in the news. Stefano Avov is her former coach. Much of the Wonder 5 Rybakina will be banned from the WTA following an independent investigation into his behavior towards player. Well, on Tuesday, WTA, the governing body of the women's tennis, confirmed that Vukov's ban had been upheld. The 37-year-old had denied any wrongdoing, and Rybakina herself has said, I was never mistreated by this coach. But then there are some other talks around the coach's behavior. Okay, yes, the decision means that Rybakina will not be able to bring in Vukov back onto her team, something that she really hoped to do at the start of this year. We have some talks around, maybe let's hear from him. He has really not said anything. Concerns have been raised over the past few seasons by some, including cold commentator Pam Shriver, about how Vukov's behavior turned worrying behavior toward the 25-year-old Rybakina. She spoke to her all of tournaments that has come on the screen. Sometimes he would scream, sometimes he would shout at her, and then it's all these things that's now resulted to this ban. Okay, it's not looking good. That means that he will not even join Rybakina as a squad for this season, or her backroom staff for this season. When he can rejoin, well, I really do not know. He has a right to appeal, so if he appeals, maybe we can find out at that time. All right, and then of course that does it for tennis. From Super Bowl updates to tennis too. Let's do some football this morning. Yesterday, some things happened in the UEFA Champions League. And should I tell you, well, the round of 16 playoff matches, first round of games kicked off yesterday, and Brest lost at home to PSG. He ended at 3-0 in favor of PSG and Juventus as well. They played against PSV Eindhoven, the team from the Netherlands, and Juventus in Turin won that game by 2-1. And then, of course, Sporting CP, that game against Borussia Dortmund looked like, wouldn't have goals in Portugal. Oh, well, things are changed rather quickly from the 60th minute. Yes, between the 68th minute and the 82nd minute, Borussia Dortmund, they were able to get in 3 goals, and they ran out winners. And some people say the tie is already dead. This is the first leg. If Sporting CP travel to Germany next week, what can they do if they lost 3-0 at home? The tie is dead and buried. And of course, Manchester City 2 and Real Madrid 3. That game was quite very dramatic. I don't know, City took the lead. Erling Haaland scoring the first goal. Mbappe equalized. Haaland scored again in the 80th minute. As at the 80th minute, in fact, as at 85 minutes, Man City, they were leading 2-1. But that thing that just keeps happening, they gave up that lead. They bottled it. And it was Brahim Diaz who came off the bench. Just 2 minutes later, he equalized for Real Madrid. And when we thought it was going to end in a draw, 90 minutes plus 2, Jude Bellingham, assisted by Vinicius Jr., he put Madrid in the lead. And that's how Real Madrid left the Etihad with all 3 points, not just all with a win. The away goals doesn't even count, so the win is very, very magnificent. And then by next week, Wednesday, we'll have the reverse fixture. And I don't know, the 2-3 tie, people that joined us last night during the coverage, Prince was here with me, and then he kept saying it's over for Manchester City. They lost at the Etihad. They cannot go to Spain and do anything. Do you believe that? Do you agree? Do you feel that this tie is already over, like Madrid already in the round of 16? There's no comeback any whatsoever on the part of that we should expect on the part of Manchester City. The lines are open. We can hear you. We can take a few calls on 0700-951-0000, 0700-951-0000. And then you can also even call on WhatsApp or send us a message there, or even a voice note, 0809-9930137. If you're on Facebook, you can drop your take. Can Man City still come back in this tie? Is there something that can still be done? Or you think the tie is already over? It's already over for Manchester City. Whatever your take, would love to hear from you this morning. If you're not calling on the line, you can call via our WhatsApp line as well. Okay, let's get to read from you and hear from you. We have a caller here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Kachi. Good morning.
Yes, a very good morning to you. Welcome. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
This is Williams calling from it.
Okay, talk to us.
I think it's for City. I think it's over because the current City right now, I don't think they're in Spain. They're going to do anything, to Real Madrid.
Okay.
It's over because at that 9-minute goal, it was over for them. It was
Okay.
over for City.
All right.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Right, thank you very much. Says that nothing can be done. The tie is already over. Remember that I said today, more matches. We'll take on Atalanta against a 6:45 game. Yes, 6:45 game. That's the first game that we'll have today in the Champions League. And then by 9 p.m., Celtic will be hosting Bayern München. Same time, they will have Feyenoord versus Milan, and of course Monaco will Benfica. These games are 9 p.m. ties. Hello.
Kachi, good morning.
Yes, a very good morning to you. Welcome to the drive.
Okay, this is Jax.
Hey, Jax.
Sorry, I wasn't following the football friends yesterday, but he's talking about this controversial penalty. Was that a penalty?
Yes, it was a. It was.
It was a penalty from your own end?
Yes, it was a penalty. So I thought it was controversial too, because it was a question of, did it happen outside the box or at the box? We'll acknowledge on the line that he had on the line, and by the inches of the boot, the player box. So yeah, it was a penalty.
No, okay.
Yes.
I'm still not convinced that's not a penalty.
It was a penalty. I saw.
All right, no problem.
Thank you very much for calling. Oh my days, it was penalty. Myself and Prince, who had a hard time, coming to that conclusion, but just over and over, we try to see, what's going to happen. It was Danny Ceballos, who made that clumsy foul. and then eventually, it was a penalty after all. It was a penalty after all. Yes, it took time for me to be convinced, but I saw it over and over and over and over. It was a penalty. And eventually, Haaland tucked it in for Man City. And even after that, Real Madrid still won, which was shocking because I thought, okay, City, that's it. They've done enough to get the win. Or let's even say, can we settle for a draw today? The draw didn't come. Good morning, Kachi. Manchester City is a big team, so nobody should write them off completely. Okay, that's Tom Kennedy on WhatsApp. Thank you, Tom, for your message. Okay, we have a voice note. Let's see.
Good morning.
Boom, jaka, laka.
No, you are doing well.
Thank you.
Actually calling from Aso.
All right.
Truly, hi. Madrid. Madrid is my second team. I'm an Arsenal fans.
Okay.
Anytime, any moment, Madrid can fall your hand. Our Man City, the way they are falling people's hand, they're very high. They're very high. If you come to Champions League, I don't want all the England team to just work out the goal like this.
Okay.
3 or 4 England teams, if they did for Champions League, at least one of them go carry the league.
Okay.
Man City cannot do anything. Man City
they can't do anything.
Used to score them. I don't know how they used to vomit goal for that back. They cannot do anything in that place. They play draw.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for your call. And don't forget, like I said, the Merseyside derby today, it will be it would have happened. I think it was it last 3 weeks ago, but then due to weather conditions, it won't. Okay, so Everton versus Liverpool, we're set to have that game today. And despite, I said back in the FA Cup this past weekend, going down 2-0 at home to Bournemouth. Confidence should be relatively high for Everton, especially with the return of David Moyes. But I don't know, Liverpool knocked out of the FA Cup themselves. They would want to get back to winning ways. So it's set to be, it definitely will be an interesting Merseyside derby. Last season, Everton beat Liverpool 2-0. Yes, and the Goodison Park. So I really don't know. That game it will be very, very tight one to call. That's why I'm even asking you. Good evening, Kachi. Okay, bro, it's morning in my end. Okay, well, he said Manchester City, they cannot beat Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu. So they can only play a draw, but already City, they are out. Suleiman from Asokoro. All right, he says Manchester City done and dusted. There's nothing that they can do. All right, like I said, you can continue to join the conversation. It's there on our Facebook. You can go there. We are live. You get to interact with other fans and drop your contributions at Nigeria Info Abuja. That's our Facebook fan page. And we are also like that on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. But then because of our time, this is the much that we can take this morning on Sports Drive. Join us later tonight because we'll also be bringing you Champions League coverage. Kachi Okafor is my name, the sporty chick, the queen of sports. Good morning, good morning. Boom, jaka laka laka laka.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news and sports station. This